Hey guys, we're going to do a reading. We're going to talk about the signs first, and then we'll get into the music and cards. But the signs, most of it is going to be based off of dreams that I've been having. So you may have two toxic ex-partners, ex-friends, like people from your past that should not come together, somehow become friends. And this will give you a sense of like how the two correlate, how it's like same energy, different body sort of situation. The last 2 years could be relevant. Also, somebody's dog could be like roaming restlessly between streets 24 to 27. I don't know if it's streets or those dates are important, but something about 24 to 27. In this dream, it was about streets 24 to 27. It was roaming around like a neighborhood. Somebody could overdose. Somebody's friends could be like screaming for them, screaming their name, looking for them, or screaming at the situation that's happening. The other thing that we're going to talk about is you may have loved an addict, whether this be friend, family member, I just also heard coworker, or somebody that you were romantically involved with. The thing that you may be realizing or need to realize is that when you love somebody, especially an active addiction, you are essentially loving two separate people. You're loving who they were before the addiction or who they could be after the addiction no longer rules them. But you're also loving that person through the addiction, which means you're falling in love or loving that person that they're showing you that they are or trying to convince you that they are, as well as the soul at the core of who they are. And this is a really hard concept to break because people that are in active addiction, they typically make a lot of mistakes. But you know that a majority of those mistakes are choices that they're making because of the addiction. So it's really hard for you not to try and excuse these things because you know that like if that person was not in active addiction, they probably wouldn't have made the mistakes or decisions that they made had they not been. So what I'm trying to get through to you with this is I'm not trying to say make excuses for this person and the decisions that they made. What I am saying is whoever I'm speaking to, this collective, they have a really big heart and they're very empathetic and sympathetic. And so if something happens that somebody can't come back from, I just feel like this collective is like, no matter how much this person has hurt me, no matter how toxic they are, I would never wish for them to not be here because then they wouldn't be given the chance to fix the mistakes that they've made in their life, okay? So something about that is relevant. The other thing is purple flowers are really important. So this like fake lily was on the floor when I was walking up to my apartment. And then yesterday while I was on my walk, I noticed this bundle of flowers that have been like tossed to the side. It's almost like somebody picked them and was given them and then somebody tossed them to the side. So I actually ended up tossing them in the water to feed them to the birds and everything. But purple flowers might be important. Also, the other dream that I had was somebody going up to someone and saying daddy's home. Lots of actual energy as well. But while this was happening simultaneously, somebody was being moved out and they were physically packing their bags and just leaving. And it's because they realized the person that said daddy's home, that person realized who the true and who the fake was. I don't know. So the fake person is like packing their stuff up and leaving. And they're not really making a big fuss. They're just like, oh, they figured it out. It was a very odd dream. Something about marry me might be important. Somebody wants to marry you. You want to marry somebody. The song that I'm going to start out with, though, is Ring Off by Beyoncé. I feel like somebody is really breaking a toxic pattern and toxic cycle. The number 1001, 10, 1 is important. It's like a mirroring number, but 10s are all about breaking cycles. So I feel like that's really important. Like somebody finally putting an end to it is what I just heard. So the deck that we're going to actually start with is this deck, which is my black and white deck. There's color in it, but it's a majority of it is black and white, which gives me the indication that whoever I'm connected to is a masculine energy and is a little more logical based when it comes to how they like rule themselves. They are more of a mind over heart sort of person. So yeah, without further ado, we will go ahead and play that music and get started and see what's going on. Before I get started, somebody could be breaking free of toxic parents or just parents that were very hard on them growing up. Parents that were like super strict, I guess is the way I want to put it. Could be breaking free of that cycle, as well as the phrase, "you are anything but ordinary," is important. So, yeah. Mama, sleepless nights, when you say anything about bother to be the perfect wife. Endings. You still dress and fix your hair. Mirror you instead. Like I wish she said I'm beautiful. Here I was once the one who had a side. Then you took that ring off. So tired of lies. Oh, now the whoa. In your love again. Took that ring off. Okay, so somebody is starting to listen to their intuition when it comes to a rather, why did I just hear vivacious? Deceitful feminine energy. With the Queen of Wands being in reverse, that is somebody that could use their sexuality in negative ways, in manipulative ways. It is definitely somebody that is manipulative. Whatever this is, it is a love situation. I just hit my right elbow, which means that somebody could be talking about this collective negatively. But let's go ahead and go to the next part to talk about the rest of these cards.